Have you ever pondered the concept of divine unity or mystical union, where the individual soul merges with the divine? This intriguing concept is a cornerstone in many religious traditions, often described as a profound moment of connection with the Absolute. It's a state where the soul, momentarily released from the constraints of the physical body, becomes one with the divine reality. Imagine the soul as a droplet of water, and divine unity as the moment it plunges into the vast ocean of divinity, losing its individual identity to become part of a much larger, infinite reality. This ancient and powerful idea has fascinated theologians, philosophers, and seekers of spiritual truth for centuries. It's a concept that transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences, manifesting in diverse yet strikingly similar ways across various religious traditions. Let's dive into the diverse ways this concept takes shape in different religions. Christian mystics offer a rich tapestry of experiences with divine unity. Take, for example, the works of Saint John of the Cross and Saint Teresa of Avila. These mystical figures from the 16th century were known for their profound spiritual journeys. They described mystical union as a moment of ecstatic love, a deep communion with God that transcends the physical world. Saint John of the Cross, in his writings, often depicted this union as a spiritual marriage, symbolizing the soul's journey towards divine love. Similarly, Saint Teresa of Avila portrayed the soul's union with God as an interior castle, a journey into the depths of one's own spirit to find God dwelling within. These Christian mystics saw the divine unity not as a mere concept but as a lived experience, a transformative encounter that brings the soul into intimate communion with the divine. So that's Christian mystics' version of divine unity. But how does it compare to other traditions? Eastern religions present a different perspective on the mystical union. Let's start with Hinduism. Here, the mystical union is referred to as moksha. This Sanskrit word means liberation, release, or emancipation. Moksha is considered the highest goal of human life, representing liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth known as samsara. This cycle is seen as a state of suffering and illusion, and liberation from it is the ultimate spiritual goal. In achieving moksha, the individual soul, or Atman, rejoins Brahman, the ultimate divine reality. Brahman is seen as the source and sustainer of all that exists, the ultimate reality beyond time, space, and causation. The reunion of the Atman with Brahman is not merely an end of suffering but a realization of a state of eternal bliss and knowledge. Now let's turn to Buddhism. Here, the mystical union is referred to as nirvana. Nirvana, a Sanskrit term meaning blowing out or extinguishing, represents the extinction of suffering and the achievement of a profound peace. This is not a union with a divine entity, as in other traditions, but rather a realization of the true nature of reality. In Buddhism, the source of suffering is desire and ignorance, which lead to a mistaken perception of reality. The individual is caught in a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, driven by these delusions. By following the Noble Eightfold Path, one can extinguish these fires of desire and ignorance, achieving nirvana. In this state, the individual soul is freed from desire and illusion, and realizes itself in emptiness, or shunyata. This is not a nihilistic emptiness, but a profound realization of the interconnectedness of all things, and the absence of separate, independent selves. So, we've seen how Eastern religions interpret divine unity, but what about philosophers? Philosophers too have grappled with the idea of divine unity. Lifting the veil on human understanding, they have sought to unravel the complex relationship between the soul and the divine. Let's begin with the ancient philosopher Plato. In his work, Symposium, Plato explores the soul's journey towards the realm of ideas. This journey, according to Plato, culminates in the contemplation of the good, the supreme and perfect form. This form is the epitome of divine unity, a unity that transcends our earthly understanding and exists in a realm of perfection. Next we turn to Plotinus, a philosopher who was deeply influenced by Plato. Plotinus proposed that the human soul originates from the One, a divine and ineffable reality. His philosophy suggests that our souls are not merely mortal entities but fragments of a divine whole. As such, the soul continually strives to return to the One, its true home. This return is a process of purification and enlightenment, a spiritual journey towards divine unity. Finally, we explore the views of Teilhard de Chardin, a Jesuit and paleontologist. De Chardin proposed the theory of the omega point, a theory that suggests cosmic evolution is tending towards a final union with God. This omega point represents the ultimate divine unity, a point of convergence where all creation meets its creator. De Chardin's theory is a fascinating blend of science, philosophy, and theology, offering a unique perspective on the journey towards divine unity. Thus, philosophers provide another lens to understand divine unity. Whether it's Plato's realm of ideas, Plotinus's return to the One, or Desjardins' Omega Point, each perspective offers a unique insight into this profound concept. These philosophical interpretations not only enrich our understanding of divine unity, but also invite us to reflect on our place within the cosmos and our connection to the divine. The concept of divine unity or mystical union is a fascinating theme that has pervaded historical, religious, and philosophical thought. From the ecstatic love described by Christian mystics to the soul's liberation in Hindu moksha and Buddhist nirvana, the yearning for a deep connection with the divine is universal. Philosophers too have grappled with this idea, with Plato's contemplation of the good, Plotinus's soul returning to the ineffable one, and Teilhard de Chardin's cosmic evolution towards a divine omega point. Each interpretation is a testament to the human spirit's fundamental need for a connection with the absolute. This need transcends religious and cultural boundaries, manifesting in myriad ways yet always striving towards a sense of unity, of oneness with a greater reality. As we have seen, the interpretation of divine unity varies, but the pursuit of it remains a constant across cultures and traditions.